You, Gia?
It's me, Keisha, and I hope I don't pass out because the
Yeah.
smell of liquid plumber in here is so strong
Oh,
that
okay.
I don't know. I might go under, but I guess it'll dissipate in 15 minutes.
I didn't.
Um,
I didn't expect to have a start like that, but
I
I
know,
guess
but
there's nowhere to
I
go but
didn't,
up.
I didn't expect the old man to pour liquid plumber down the drain right a minute ago, but he did.
Oh
And
boy. Oh well.
apparently, there's some Canadian plumbing issues going on with the venting or something like that. I don't really
Canadian
understand
plumbing
venting.
issues. Okay.
Oh no, I don't mean to offend our Canadian listeners. I'm just repeating what my husband has said, and he always
Canadian
blames it
plumbing.
on Canadians. Yeah,
That's from his
I don't.
days as a Mainer, huh?
Yeah, I don't know a thing about plumbing, but he says there's something about what is it about the venting? They vented before the trap, whatever the hell that means.
Okay.
Does that mean anything to you? Because you go to Lowe's every day.
I went to Lowe's last night. Thank you very much. I had my gift card burning a hole in my pocket, and
Oh, what did you get? Some
I
grout?
got I got no, I'm good for grout. I got some of those PVC beadboard shiplap type boards.
Ooh, that sounds nice. For like a kitchen area or?
Well, it's going to be for the kids' bathroom area.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. But
So like a
hmm?
chair rail kind of height?
I think it's going to go all the way up. There's some
Okay.
moisture problem in that room, and I think somehow
So
water
you're
gets
just
all
gonna
over the
cover it
place.
up?
I'm going to cover the whole. If I could just like do the whole room, floor to ceiling, yeah, just seal it up with a hole in the middle for the drain. That's what I would do,
Okay.
Gia. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, good for
but
you.
while I
Okay.
was while I was there, somebody talked to me as if I was an employee there, and that made me very happy and excited. And I did try to help them, but then they
Both
started to sort of
both
back away.
both aspects of that are funny, like the fact that somebody spoke to you that way and your reaction that you'd be
Yeah.
happy about it.
Yeah, they didn't even ask if I worked there. They just started asking questions. It's
And
like,
did you know the answers, like where stuff
well,
was? Or...
they were looking for some vanity, like a mirror, though, like a medicine chest mirror. And I
Yeah.
said, "Well, I know
Yeah.
where the vanity aisle is, but I could look on my phone to see what aisle the mirror." And they just were like, "No, no, 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 we're good." They just sort of they didn't run,
Crazy
but
lady.
anyway, so that's the
Uh,
highlight of my
um,
week so far. Hmm.
well, I guess we should talk about General Hospital,
Yeah,
and there's a
let's.
lot to be excited about in the past
Yeah,
few days.
yeah, lots of action, lots of exposés. Is that the word I want to use? Of
I don't know. Can you use it in a sentence?
I don't
Expose?
want to today. Um,
Oh, all right.
well, just sort of reveals. Maybe reveals is the word I'm
Reveals,
looking for.
okay.
Yeah,
Reveals and
yeah,
dressing down, some dressing downs and dressing up.
yeah.
Um,
What did?
and
Okay,
for
let's start
me,
with. Yeah, go ahead.
well, for me, the biggest thing is worlds colliding.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate on that, Gia?
You don't know? You don't even know which worlds collided?
Well, there were lots of worlds colliding, right? I mean, are we talking about like Elizabeth and her parents, or
Well, yeah, that's
and uh,
yeah,
and then the new Heather and
right,
Finn?
New Heather. But well, I guess you wouldn't. I don't. Well, I expect too much of you. Um,
I'm so sorry.
I try not to be disappointed, but um, Elizabeth's mother,
Uh huh.
does she seem at all familiar to you in any way, or do you anything interesting about her, or what like what
No, no, I'm not going to give you the answer you're looking for. Both of those people,
mm,
the parents, seemed very soft, and I couldn't imagine them roughing it in a third world country.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that aspect of them. They did seem, yeah, a little bit soft, middle-aged soft.
Like us. They seem
Yeah.
like us.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to tell you because the worlds that are colliding for me are
Yeah. Oh,
Star
is it
Trek
another
and
soap or
General
something?
Hospital. No, Star Trek.
Oh, Jesus. Like, I'm gonna know that, Gia. How long
Well,
have we known each other now?
I thought just because you do follow a little social media about General Hospital
I didn't
that you
see
might.
that in any stories that popped up,
Oh
no.
my God, they had the little insignia on the shirt, the little
Uh-huh,
Starfleet insignia, the
uh-huh.
thing that you smack to speak to
Yeah,
the ship. Um, that
sure.
is a character named Tasha Yar from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
See, I know you think I'm gonna be excited and interested, and I
I feel like we've actually talked about Tasha Yar before, and I know I've talked about her a fair amount
when
with a
you
fair
say
amount of
"we,"
people. She was a really important character. Um,
okay, alright. So
she
you
well,
were
she
excited
was
to see her then, is that
well,
the long and the short of it?
she looked vaguely familiar, and then
Mm,
I saw on Facebook on some page or something, and I was
uh-huh.
like, "Oh my God, that is Tasha Yar." Um, and I wouldn't have thought it. I can't think of the
Yeah.
actual actress's name, and that's not important. Who cares who it really
No,
is?
no, Tasha
Um,
Yar. I like
it's
hearing you
Tasha
say
Yar.
that.
Well,
I'll give you that much.
She got killed off early
Uh-huh.
on.
Yeah.
She was this like kick-ass security officer.
Okay.
And I mean, she was just kick-ass. She was like killer good. She was tough. And
Okay.
anyway, she got killed off in an episode with this entity that was just like an oil slick, and it was such a like when I watched The Next Generation now, which was like within our lifetime, and was like
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
believe like the next series after the original Star Trek. I believe if
This
I've
was
got
the
my Star
one
Trek
with,
stuff. Picard
Patrick
and
Stewart?
Riker and
Patrick
yes,
Stewart, right?
yes,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
I like
And but
him.
when
Does
I
that
watch it, huh?
help? Yeah, I like him. Does that help?
Yeah. Oh, I love him. Um, but anyway, it seemed modern at the time, but when you watch it now, it's like charmingly low
Uh-huh.
budget seeming. But
Yeah.
anyway, she died in this episode with an evil, like what basically looked like an oil slick.
Uh-huh.
And it was
Okay.
just an evil entity, and it was simply purely evil.
Uh-huh.
Um, there was no
So
placating it. There was no reason. It was
it was just a
just
big, inexplicable loss,
yes.
and
And she
you've been
wasn't wearing a
grieving.
red shirt. Does that mean
Okay.
anything to you?
I don't know who you think you're talking to. This is Keisha. This is Keisha, Gia.
Well, I just don't know how much pop culture you've absorbed.
I
Um,
think that's in a separate column that from pop culture. It's for, people
oh,
like,
I
you
don't
know.
I don't think so. But anyway, so on Star Trek, you can kind of be guaranteed that if there's some character you've never met and they're wearing a red shirt, they're gonna die.
Oh, okay.
Like they're gonna get
Uh-huh.
knocked off
So
when they go
you
down to
said
that
she
planet.
wasn't wearing a red
She
shirt?
wasn't. I mean, she was a regular character, and it was like just such a shock that she was just
Uh-huh.
flat out killed, and there wasn't any
And they
antidote,
didn't
and there was,
follow the red shirt system.
right. And anyway, she was just gone. So anyway, I was so excited. Like, there's
Uh-huh.
freaking Tasha Yar as an older woman. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
um,
So
I'm
you probably weren't really critiquing the scene itself. You were in some sort of a tailspin.
I well today. So it was the second day that I saw her. So I was calmed down a little bit, and I've also been drinking a little bit since
Yeah.
this afternoon. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Mhm.
that's not important. So I was critiquing what was going on today a little bit, but yeah, but she's certainly changed, and as we all do when we age,
Yes. Yes.
But I
Mhm.
was just so happy to see her, and I thought that they picked out a. It's not MacGyver, the father,
Right.
but I thought they did a good job of kind of picking out somebody that sort of looked like what
Yeah.
MacGyver might look
Yeah.
like. Not
Yeah.
that
I
they
agree.
they don't frequently they'll pick somebody that looks completely different, but
Yeah, they don't seem to
um,
care most of the time, but I guess in
yeah.
this case,
But I kind
for
of
whatever
believe like,
reason.
oh, that could be what MacGyver looks like
Yeah,
now. I don't know.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Anyway,
Okay.
I'm
I
all
don't
done.
know if
I'm
I
sorry. I
don't know
just
how to
took up like an
respond.
hour talking about Tasha Yar, but
Yeah, I know. Nobody's more disappointed than me.
you want me to
we
talk about hairspray or something for a while? Or
we just we set up like all of these, all these things we could talk about, and somehow somehow we're
well,
in
I mean, to me
Tasha
that was
Yar
like the biggest
territory.
thing to talk about is that Tasha freaking Yar was on
All
the.
right, all right, all right.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
I'll
All
I'll
right.
settle down. I'll settle down. Okay.
Okay. So there was Tasha Yar, sure. So what did you
Yeah.
think of just the whole dynamic between Elizabeth and these people who are her parents?
Well, they seem like monsters, of course.
There was something just I don't know. It was all it seemed like anybody could have written most of that dialogue.
Yeah.
There was
Well,
nothing very like original or interesting about it. Even when Elizabeth listed like every single thing she's gone through without them.
Well, I was enjoying Elizabeth finally like just kicking
Yeah,
butt,
unleashing. Yeah, I
and
think she did the
yeah,
best she could, but
yeah. Um, but it was like, well, there's got to be, these seem like they're not like savages, they're people that
right.
are living in a reasonably nice house and everything, so they're not savages. So obviously there's an explanation coming, and I think we're obviously getting it. Like, you
Yeah.
know, Elizabeth
Yeah.
killed somebody apparently,
Like, do you think they
and
distanced themselves from her in the hope that she wouldn't get all this stuff, the memories
yeah,
back?
there's got to be some explanation where was to protect her somehow or something like
Yeah,
that.
that seems
Um,
like that's kind of their go-to. Like in some silly way, thought they were always making the
yeah,
right decisions.
yeah. I mean, again, the writing is kind of ridiculous in that
Yeah,
whole.
yeah.
Um,
Especially, I know, I know we're trying to be more grateful for hospital, but it feels like this is one instance where this has gone on for so long. There's been so much buildup, and then it's kind of like it's sort of falls flat for me a little bit. I
yeah,
mean,
you
none of
weren't
that was
enjoying
really
it. I
that
guess
surprising.
I was just so tingly about Tasha Yar that
I know you were, Gia. I know.
that carried the day for me. So,
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I did kind of wonder, like, where's Terry? Is she just waiting in the car or something?
Well, Terry's a resourceful woman, and I think she's good at occupying herself, probably, right? Maybe she
Okay, all
was
right.
texting Yuri, maybe,
Aw, I hope so.
right? Right.
Yeah, so I guess I don't know. It didn't fall as flat for me, but I was just waiting for like there had to be some reason. Like these weren't like crack addicts that abandoned their baby or something.
Yeah.
They were like
Yeah.
um caring educated adults that for some there was got to be some reason other than just they were going to save the world and so they didn't love their daughters. Um
Yeah.
like that just didn't fly as an explanation. So now they're going to pin this whole
Hmm.
Reiki thing on Elizabeth.
Uh-huh.
Somehow they'll twist that into their reason for
Yeah.
um,
Right. And
not raising.
then
What about the sister though, Sarah? Right? Like
Sarah, yeah, she's we haven't seen her in a long, long time.
we don't know what she's up to.
No, we don't. I don't think so. I thought she was a doctor somewhere out west, right?
Was
I
she?
think.
Did she suffer? Excuse me, suffer the same neglect?
I don't know. I think she was sort of the golden child. I don't really remember because I feel like a
Hmm.
lot of this history is recently manufactured. I'm not sure.
Right. That's a good way to
Yeah.
put it. Recently manufactured. Yeah. Okay.
But, I feel like they're doing that a lot these days, and I'm not sure
Yeah.
why, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, because they can.
I guess
Um,
so.
they know our memories are so poor that.
Yeah, I guess is it easier to just bring back old characters and sort of rewrite history than to create new stories?
Yeah, maybe. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
But okay, so speaking of
Anyway,
bringing back old characters,
yeah,
should we move on to Heather
sure.
Weber?
Sure,
Okay.
yeah.
What
And
do you got?
well, I think I missed our original Heather, but this is a good Heather. I mean, she's really really embracing the character, right?
I like her. I
Hmm.
like her. Yeah,
This is
initially I was
Allie
like,
Mills, right?
yeah. Holly? Haley?
Allie.
Haley? Allie?
I think it's Allie, right?
Our apologies to this actor. Um,
Yeah, it's Allie
apparently she
Mills.
was the mother in something called The Wonder
The
Years,
Wonder
which means
Years.
nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
That means
She
nothing to
usually
me.
plays a very, very sort of wholesome-ish type person. So
Oh,
this is,
well, no wonder
I'm
she's
sure
being
this.
so good. She's
Yeah,
enjoying it. Yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
Um, yeah, I only knew the last Heather
Yeah,
Weber. Apparently
right.
there've been a couple.
I guess
Um,
so. There's only the one that sticks in my mind, who was the most recent one, who did those wonderful paintings of
right,
sandwiches.
The BLTs. Yeah.
Those were
Yeah.
really sort of brilliant.
Yeah, that was a great little
Yeah,
twist there
yeah.
having
That
that.
was like perfect hospital right there.
Yeah. But yes, I like this one.
Yeah.
She had Finn really flustered, which was great.
Yeah, I
Um,
liked when he was just like sort of looking through the window at her and his eyebrow raised sort of at whatever she was saying
yeah,
before he'd even met her, you know. He's like, whoa.
yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, she was just. I thought she was just spot on, perfect.
Yeah.
Get under your skin, in your face.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
crazy person, and the
Yeah.
line about. I mean, even though it's pretty cliched, you're gonna feel a little prick. Like that was just
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. That was good. That was good stuff.
So yeah, she'll be a nice addition. I don't know what we're doing there with
I'm not
her.
sure either. And then we were forced to try to remember her history with Olivia, which it was
Right. Oh,
vague
thank
in
you
my,
for bringing that up. Like,
you
what
know.
is that? What's their
Olivia
connection?
was going out with, was it another son of hers? Was it
Who would that be?
I can't remember why
Wait,
Was it
is
Steven Weber? Is that his name?
Stephen
And I
Weber.
can't remember if I don't know. I don't know. This is just going to make us
Stephen Weber.
I
Hmm.
think so.
Was he like
And
the
Heather was
guitar playing
Yeah, I think so, and
doctor?
Heather
Oh, I
didn't
think
think
you're
that
right. I think you're right.
and she
Yep.
slipped Olivia some LSD at some point, but,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know
I didn't
why
know what was
Olivia is
going
so
on there.
upset. Her life turned out all right.
Yeah, it's not bad now. But
It's not bad. She's doing okay. So yeah,
okay,
there
so
were a lot of things going on, weren't there?
yeah.
And
So she's Franco's mother,
right,
right?
right.
With Scotty, like
Yes.
Scotty's Franco's
Yes.
father,
Yes.
biological father. Okay.
Right. Mhm.
But the Weber, what is the Weber? Like, how is she related to Elizabeth Weber?
Um I don't we're not going to be able to sort all that out, Gia. We're going to have to move over to something else.
You're just putting the kibosh on it. You're not even trying.
Yeah,
Um,
sorry. She was probably
all right, because
married
I
to
was like
like Rick Weber
Webers.
or
We got
something.
a
There's so many
Weber
Webers and
family.
I don't remember who's married who,
Okay.
you know.
All right. All right. What else? What else you got? We had a lot of action, a lot of new people, and a lot of returning characters.
Yeah, and a lot of our different storylines, they sort of got touched on, but there weren't a
Yeah.
lot of significant movements in a lot of places. Like this doesn't even seem like that interesting, but what's her name? Willow comes in for her appointment, right?
Yep, and she may have waited too long. Like, did she go
Right, like
past the
sudden
first trimester? That was she was supposed to.
apparently you would have thought on like the very last
You
day of
would have
that
thought you
first.
would have had like an alert on your phone.
Maybe spent the night before the second trimester at the
Yeah,
hospital.
it's a little something something if it's
Yeah,
that important, you
right.
know.
But still her color looks good. She doesn't seem like,
Her
she's
nose is cold, her coat is shiny.
her coat is shiny. Yeah.
Yeah, she
I
still
don't
looks
know.
good. She never looks like that day when the makeup people
Yeah.
made her look like a ghoul, you know.
Right. And she should look more ghoulish now than she did then, right?
Right. Yeah, she should be like clothes should be falling off her and yeah.
Yeah. And also
And
like I mean, this is sort of nitpicking, but like when TJ
Let
was
it all
talking.
out. Let it out.
I think I'm in a bad mood. I'm not sure why.
Oh
But
no. The lack of alcohol in your diet.
it could be. I thought about it. I thought about having a glass of something, Gia, but decided not to.
Mm,
So
it's probably
TJ's
wise.
talking to Britt before Willow comes in for her
Yeah, trying to
appointment.
horn in on her appointment. Yep.
Yeah, which, I guess I sort of understand. And then like Britt, I don't know, she talks to him like it just seems so clinical, and like there was nothing, again, nothing, like it was such a standard kind of speech, and you'd think that Britt's an interesting person. She probably could have talked to TJ like as a human being, right, and not as like a young doctor. I don't know.
I guess I took it more as like, well, she was in her,
Her
what is
doctor
her?
hat, wearing her doctor hat, or her
Well, yeah,
chief
and
or
her
co-chief hat.
chief, yeah, co-chief hat kind of being
I guess, yeah.
like, okay, dude, but you're over involved here, and maybe you actually are having an affair with this woman, and you
Yeah,
just
well,
don't
if
know it
she had
yet.
said that,
Like,
that would have been
I
more
think,
interesting.
yeah, that would have been more Brit. That would have been more true to
Yeah,
Brit.
yeah.
Um, that's
I
where
don't
we're
know.
headed, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
You know how they say people have like a work spouse?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Um,
What are
you
you
know,
saying
like,
now?
well, I mean, where you haven't actually cheated on your real spouse, but it's somebody that you're over emotionally involved with.
So,
Uh, well,
who
I
are
feel
we
like that's
talking
what
about now?
Willow and TJ are headed that
Well,
like.
because she's a nurse, is that what you mean? Because she also
Well,
works at
just
the
because they've
hospital?
shared more of their
Well,
emotional
definitely.
lives
Yeah,
with
definitely.
each other than she and Michael have, so they've really
Hmm.
got more of a bond at the moment, even though they're not bumping
Yeah.
uglies than
Yeah.
she and
Right.
Michael.
Yeah, and Michael, I mean, just when that they had that scene at the Quartermains when he and Ned and then
Oh
Drew
yeah,
comes in.
that was awesome. I was like, kill him, Ned, get him.
I know. And then, I mean, honestly, later when Drew goes to talk to Alexis to find out if
Oh
that's
yeah,
insider trading,
yeah.
it's
Like,
like, are
how
you
stupid
kidding?
are you?
He walks around like he's this
Yeah,
like corporate stud, right? Like he's not going to
yeah.
know what insider trading is.
And again, I just feel like, talk about a neglectful parent,
Yeah,
again, like,
I'm
let's
talking
set
about
you
that
up
in
with,
front of his
what's your name
daughter.
again? Oh, right, Scout.
Yeah.
Here's a coloring book
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like,
Daddy's going to talk about a crime he committed.
yeah, ugh, I hate him so bad. And then the
Yeah.
scenes with him at Oscar's Rock
Yeah.
or whatever the hell that thing is,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, I'd
Mhm.
completely forgotten that dude was supposed to be Oscar's father.
I know. I was
Um,
like, why is Oscar important to him? Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. I was like, wait a minute. Of course, it was a different actor, but
Yeah.
why wasn't there continuity in the, like, he was carving Scout's name in the wall, but he'd
Right,
forgotten that
right.
Oscar was
Yeah.
his child, even though
Yeah.
he'd watched
Mhm.
Oscar die in an
Yeah.
excruciating fashion,
Yeah. Yeah.
um
All good points, Gia.
so, and The Rock looked too well groomed, it's been what, a year.
Mhm.
It's like there should have been some.
Since 2019, yeah.
It should have had that long? A
Yeah.
different patina.
Maybe some lichens.
I like the word patina.
You just wanted to use it. You were looking for an
Yep,
opportunity. Okay.
yep, yep.
Congratulations, Gia. You
You
got to
caught
use
me.
your word. Okay.
Um, 2019, really?
Yeah, that was carved in there someplace. Yeah. And I thought,
How's
yeah. To me, it
I
seemed
thought,
longer ago because really
oh,
Oscar's
really?
name doesn't come up very often.
No, it doesn't. And I thought it was kind of sad and poignant, the way Joss spoke to him about, you know,
Hmm.
feeling distance from Cam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cam, I'm going to give him
Hmm.
a gold star for
Hmm.
the dressing down he gave Finn
Yeah, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
about Elizabeth. I was like, this
Hmm.
guy is like, so on her side and so
Yeah.
like
She's just
spot
a
on about,
loyal, good
yeah,
kid. Yeah. Yeah, he was
and
that was all very, very insightful. He got like a lot of the good lines, I'd say.
yeah, and he did a good job with it. He wasn't doing
Yeah.
his. Sometimes does a little over dramatic something
Yeah,
or other,
right, right.
like
Yeah.
that weird enunciation.
Mhm. Like the poet in an open mic night.
Oh, Jesus, we did an open mic last night.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
There were no poets. It was all music, but
Oh, and was it good stuff or a mix?
there were bongos, there was marijuana.
Okay. All right. You're painting a picture.
There were chicken wings.
Ah, uh-huh. Okay. So
That
typical
was
night.
just the old man. Um, no, it was fine. Whatever. That's, you got to make a
Okay.
buck.
Yeah, you do.
Um, yeah, you do. Uh, Anyway, yeah, I loved Cam in that delivery of that speech, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Thank you." I'm so tired of
Mhm.
these dudes trying to be like the knight in shining armor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming to your emotional rescue, and
And even though Finn seemed like he got it, I still feel like like at least half of him still wants to ignore what Cam said, right? Like it's
yeah,
going to
I
be a
think
battle
so.
for him.
Yeah, well, I just feel like the bond between Finn and Elizabeth was never
Yeah.
for real. It seemed forced or something from
Hmm.
the get go, and then they just
Yeah.
maybe kind of got bonded over their
Yeah.
quasi murder of Peter,
Right. Right.
which
Yeah.
wasn't really for real. But
Yep.
um,
And also looking for the cure for Chase when he was,
Chase, right? Oh yeah,
that's
we had Nakey Chase. That was pure soap opera fun there.
yeah. Yeah.
Olivia busting in on
Yeah. I
Chase
know.
posed like a Playgirl model.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not that I know what Playgirl looks like.
No, no, me neither. Mm-mm. I understand it's a magazine.
A magazine. Does it still exist?
I don't know, Gia.
I don't know. I never subscribed or anything, but I remember there was a girl in the dorm like next door to me that would get them, and we were all like, "Ooh."
Looking at wieners.
Yeah, we were all like, "Ooh, wow, let's go over to Lorraine's room," and you know, that
Lorraine.
her name was Lorraine. We called her Rainy, but
Okay. Hmm.
yeah, she was a little bit saucy apparently compared to the
Yeah, a
rest of them.
little bit advanced, I guess. Huh?
Little advanced, so we'd look at those, then we'd go over to Margaret's room and listen to Pink Floyd.
Wow.
It was a rich life
Yeah, I guess it was, wasn't it?
in the
Huh?
freshman dorm. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yep.
let's see. Speaking of dorms,
Oh, okay.
Cam, Joss, Trina,
Cam
what
and
are they
Josh.
doing?
So apparently they slept together.
Yes, this was only the
And
second time, right?
yeah, but it does not bode well that the morning after Joss is speaking to Oscar
No.
about how far apart she and Cam are. Like,
Yeah, I know. And
uh,
she didn't really does she understand why she's feeling this way? I wasn't really sure I understood exactly
are
why
you
she's
talking
feeling.
about her new love? Like, is that why? Like,
Well, I don't know. Is it Dex? Is he the reason why, or is it just
I
because of
think
what?
Dex is simply a symptom. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
to me, it's like, well, she and Cam have been like playmates since the sandbox, and they're just too
Hmm.
familiar, and
Hmm.
they're really not suited to each other anymore. Not really, personality wise.
Maybe not.
Um,
I guess. Yeah. Joss has become such a like a
sh-
megaphone, you know.
yeah, a megaphone. That's good. I was gonna say a Valkyrie. Um,
Okay, yeah, like a Valkyrie Junior.
she's a force of nature, and
Yeah.
and Cam is such a straight arrow and kind of a I don't know. He's a little bit of a boy scout and a little bit of an old soul, and
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's so much potential with those characters, and it's
oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
like with
Um
other relationships, like he could meet a new girl, or
I I
not, and just,
I hope they do that with him and don't just drop him.
yeah.
Um
Or he could pursue
because
his music career. I mean, it would be interesting to have him as a
to have
musician,
that, yeah. So I hope they pursue the breakup and
Yeah.
show them moving on. I just feel like if it weren't Dax, Dax? That sounds
Dex,
weird.
Dex.
Dex. I am drinking. That if it weren't him, it'd be somebody else. Like
Yeah, yeah.
she's just she's just moving on and moving over and
She,
up and whatever. Like she's ready for adventure and
yeah, she just wants to like experience independence and
yeah, and Cam
freedom,
is
and
kind of
yeah.
like childhood in the past, and he's
Well,
too
and also
nice and he's
he's got responsibilities, you know. He's got to like keep an
that's
eye on his
true.
brothers, and he's, you
He
know,
works outside
yeah. So
of
it's not really
school and
fair to like, you know, for her to think that he's not interesting. It's just that he's got responsibilities.
right, he's in a little different socioeconomic
Yeah,
bracket. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
I
So
kind of worked when I was in college. Like I had one of those college, jobs and stuff. And
yeah, yeah.
I felt like a
Hmm.
dork. I don't know.
Okay, okay. That
Just
tracks.
saying.
Hmm.
Huh? That
Nothing.
tracks. I was the like I think my first year I was the women's basketball like flunky, like
Okay.
yeah, so I had to be like down there every day like doing whatever, like filling water bottles and bringing the
Ah, I
balls out
see. I see.
yeah, and then
Okay.
I had to travel with them to the games. Can you imagine that?
Interesting. I can't really.
Did you
No.
know that about me?
Nope. Mm-mm.
I can't tell you the ridicule I suffered. Like I had to run the scoreboard and
Seems outside of your skill set.
well, imagine this. I was like, well, how many points is it when they make a
Oh
basket or what?
God.
The scorn and the ridicule. And my roommate, my freshman year roommate, was on the women's basketball team, and so
Ah. Mhm.
and so she would like we would be friends in our room or whatever, like, and then as soon
But
as we were down
then
in the gym, she didn't even know me.
yeah.
I was
Oh
because I'm
gosh,
like
that's a
I'm
shame,
schlepping
Gia.
with the big net bags of balls and the water bottles and shit.
I can
It's like
picture it now.
ah.
Oh,
And this is
geez.
kind of a hoity-toity college, and you're like,
Yeah.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
I'm a college aid student that's got a job.
Carrying basketballs.
Good
Mhm.
times, yeah,
Wow. All right. Well,
yep.
there's another piece of the puzzle, I guess.
Is it? I don't know if it is or not, but
Yeah, I don't know either. Your puzzle has a lot of a lot of missing
I know I have a
pieces.
lot of contradictory information in
Yeah.
my
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah
But
in
that's
the
okay, Gia.
mosaic that is me. But anyway, that
Mm.
was one of the things I was just like. But I'll tell you what I did like is when I traveled with the
Yeah.
teams, we would stop to eat, and it was always
I
at like
knew it.
Ponder.
I knew that was gonna be it.
It was like it was always like Ponderosa or someplace that had
Uh-huh.
like a huge thing of like rotating pies in a
Yeah.
pie
Uh-huh.
safe or something,
Mhm.
and so I got to eat like one of the players. That was cool.
Ah, okay. That now see that piece fits the puzzle much
Yeah,
more.
I
Yeah.
think I just did that one year. I don't remember what I did the second year, but
Okay. All right.
I may have worked for the maintenance crew or something. I don't even remember. Honest to
Mm.
God, I think I was stoned a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right.
Anyway, good times.
Good
Okay, carry
times.
on.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about?
Okay.
General
Well,
Hospital?
all right. Well, we did have, I guess, some hijinks in Switzerland, right?
Oh yeah.
Once again, inept,
Oh.
our inept friend Valentin.
Yeah. And can you say wimple? Um,
That was a
what
like a
was going on there? Was that the most ill-fitting wimple in the world?
I don't know. Did she make it herself?
I think she got it just at the dollar store or something. I mean, it
Yeah,
just looked
maybe.
ridiculous. Like that's not how
Yeah.
they fit over your chin like that.
I don't know, Gia, but
Don't you know any nuns?
I guess just the one.
Weren't you raised by you do know a nun?
Well, isn't Denise sort of a nun?
Oh, well, technically they're sisters and
Okay.
they just wear dowdy clothing. They don't wear
So we could be nuns.
yes.
I see. Or sisters.
Yeah, they're sisters. They're sisters.
Okay.
They're not
Okay.
they're not nuns.
Well, but nevertheless, it was nice to see Laura.
And Kevin.
and
Yeah.
Kevin. It was, I would say, nicer to see Kevin. I liked having the two of them
He
there.
made a good priest. And I
Yeah,
was like, I love when I'm surprised. And I
yeah,
totally didn't know Laura was going to be the one that bonked the guy on the head. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, oh, so that was good. I mean, did you know? I didn't suspect she was coming on there.
I think I saw somebody spoiled it.
Oh,
Yeah, I wish, I don't
spoiler.
know why people have to do that, but try not to look at stuff anymore because I get
I know. I
tired of.
try to unfollow stuff, but it always pops up.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
That's right. Yeah. But anyway, so it was good to see Laura, and I'm guessing, hoping that she's back for a while now, and Kevin too.
was that the same Charlotte as we had previously seen?
You know, she
That just had grown a little bit?
maybe she's grown that much. I get it could have been. I was trying to tell if she
Yeah, I couldn't
didn't look
tell.
quite as waif like, but
Yeah. It looks like a drag of a school,
yeah, it did. Yeah. Hmm.
based on sitting in the
Hmm.
cathedral or whatever the hell they were
Yeah.
in.
Right.
Church?
And
Cathedral?
Valentine didn't have much of a plan. I guess he didn't have a chance to make any sort of plan, but
Yeah,
he
how are
should
you gonna just get away? You're gonna go have hot chocolate and just get away?
have.
I
I
don't
know.
like what. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, like, if it hadn't been for Laura and Kevin, he would have
Right.
been
There would have been no shot
toast.
in hell to get
Yeah.
actually, yeah, make an
Yeah.
escape. Well,
So,
he's inept, and
yeah.
so he and Anna are made for each other. She's also
Right.
inept, and she's
Yes.
in jail. And do you get to wear like kind of a cute top under your denim shirt like that when you're in prison?
I don't know. Maybe it's just when you're in the holding cell, although it
Yeah.
seems like that's probably not the case most places. I don't know.
And you probably don't want to look that cute when you're released to
No,
general
definitely not.
population.
You want to look more like a sister.
Yeah, yep.
Mhm.
A little dowdy, but yeah, she's
Yeah.
wearing like a nice sort of tank top underneath the denim shirt. Um,
And then we get the glimpse of Holly talking
oh
to
right. So Holly's working for what?
Victor.
Victor?
That's how it looked, right?
I mean, see, I was already not liking her. I don't like the batting of the fake eyelashes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like the sort of breathless girly voice. I just don't like that girly. And it's also weird when there's somebody acting sort of girly and young like that who's older, and
Yeah.
I find it confusing, and I'm hoping
Mhm.
I'm not doing that. The whole like, when you come up on like a what you think is a younger woman, wearing a leather jacket or whatever, and they turn and it's like an older person. You're like, what
Yeah.
the hell? Hi,
Yeah.
you're like, ah.
Right, right. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hard on people because it's like I'd probably be equally hard on somebody that age if they were wearing a house coat and slippers or something.
Right, right there. Yeah, I'm not sure what her look should be.
I mean, I don't want to see a Chico's kind of thing going on,
No, nobody
but
does. Mm-mm.
um, I don't know. I don't know what she should be wearing, but there's some. And then I feel bad because I saw a snippet of an interview with her with Sonny,
Uh-huh.
one of his state of mind things, and
Oh,
apparently,
yeah.
like you said, she
Uh-huh.
had long COVID and she's been
Yeah.
very, very ill for 2
Yeah.
years
I
or
think that
something.
explains the voice partly, Gia.
It probably
Mhm.
does.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. Nobody wants that. We don't want. None of us
Right.
want that.
Right. Yeah.
So I
But
don't know, but yeah. So
mm,
maybe she's being blackmailed or something.
right, I think we were supposed to gather from her expression that this was killing her, having to
Yeah.
betray Robert. But of course, she sort of has a choice in a way.
And do you think like so? Are they still technically married? She and Robert, like they were
Hmm.
married, and like
Well, I
where's she
think that
living? Who's she shacking up with?
I don't know. We don't know where. Oh, well, was she at the Metro Court? Yeah, because she had all those acoustic tiles on her wall that
Oh, you hate those, don't you?
they're very distracting.
I wonder if they gather a lot of dust. I've been thinking about
Yeah,
that.
I
Like
would think they would be. Yeah, you wouldn't want to run a
I have
black
to
light
keep
over those.
after the cat hair here a lot in the blinds and whatever, and so that
Yeah,
kind of stuff. I think you probably have to keep after that.
yeah. Good point.
Mm,
Good point, Gia.
yeah, but do they act like a baffle kind of thing for
They
sound or
probably
something?
they probably would absorb some of the
Are
sound.
they
Yeah.
baffling? Um,
Maybe they're functional, not just decorative and
that's how I
baffling.
think of myself.
You're baffling,
I'm functional, not just decorative.
not just decorative. Yeah, okay. Okay, sure you are, Gia. Mhm.
I hope at the very least I'm mildly functional every now and
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. I'd say so.
All right. Well, I feel like we've gotten kind of really far away from Star Trek, and that makes me sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Real shame. Sorry, everyone.
Uh, when I was in Memphis recently, I could not figure out the remotes to the TV to save my life. But I managed to find this one station, and all it was playing was Star Trek: The Next Generation on a loop.
Yeah, of
And I was
course.
so happy.
Uh-huh.
I would come back to the room from a stressful day with family,
Yep,
and
and there it
you know,
was.
and there it was, and it's been
Mhm.
long enough that I didn't quite remember what was going to happen with each episode,
Ah,
and
yes. Uh-huh.
I did not see any of the Tasha Yar episodes,
Oh, that's too bad.
but it's like family, Riker, who has, and I mean, there's a connection right there,
Mhm.
because Riker is married to Jeannie Francis. His name
Well,
is not
that's
Riker,
true.
Riker in
That's
real
true.
life,
Yeah.
but
Mhm. Mhm.
anyway,
Yeah.
they're connected. They're connected, whether you want
Okay.
them to be or not.
All
And
right, Gia. That's fine. That's if
I
that's
don't
what
know
you
how
need
you
to tell
didn't.
yourself.
Were you not a fan of the original Star Trek? Like, how have you escaped this pop
I think there's
culture
plenty of
phenomenon?
people who never watched Star Trek.
I don't think
Plenty.
there are.
Maybe your various like pursuits
Yeah.
all have some weird like nerd kind of thread running through them so that
And
you
yours
run in.
don't? Yes, I concede that point, but yours don't have a nerd thread running through, and that's where I'm
Yeah,
not understanding it.
yeah, I can't think of anybody I know here in my little world here who was a Star Trek fan.
You must have watched them though, right? Like
No,
whether you wanted to or not.
no. We're gonna fight now. Just there was something aesthetically about it that I couldn't take.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not that you didn't watch them, you actively dislike
Yes, yes.
the
Mhm.
original Star Trek,
Mhm. Yeah.
but you don't feel that way about the following series,
No, I
the
kind of
various.
thought like if I gave that a shot, I might like it, but I don't really do, that sci-fi fantasy kind of stuff really at
Hmm.
all. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry,
Um.
Jim.
Well, that's all right, I guess. But no. How do you feel about crime fiction? Because that's like one of my other loves. And
Oh, well, I like a murder mystery. Yeah, I like
all
that
right.
sort of
Okay.
genre. Yeah. Mhm.
Phew, we're so
I
different. It's
I
weird.
love those PBS masterpiece mystery
Oh
shows.
yeah, yeah,
Love
yeah.
them.
Speaking of PBS, I was bored the other day, and the old man I could tell he was pissed at me, but I was like, I was flicking around, and PBS was playing
Without knowing
Pride and
any more
Prejudice.
facts, I'm going to say I'm siding with Rory.
I think it was like Pledge Drive Time or something. Anyway, they were playing the whole Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Uh-huh.
and what's his name? Darcy, the male.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, and I can't think of, I want to say like Colin Firth was the
Yep, that's
actor.
right. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I mean, the whole thing, Darcy just gets to walk around and act like a serious, stern asshat. Like that's basically
Uh-huh.
all he is, which is
Okay.
every. Is it Jane Austen? Is that a Jane Austen? Pride and Prejudice?
Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice.
I want to say Jane Austen. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to be angry at the author, but like for these characters, it's like it's a woman. So, anyway,
Mm-hmm. Right.
the connection to General Hospital is he had this sort of moosey curl on his forehead, just like Cody. And
Yeah.
and I was like, I hated you before, and now I just hate you like beyond belief. But I
Uh-huh.
watched the whole I was like the last two episodes, and I watched them both,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe like this. We were supposed to be happy with this ending where she get oh finally the asshat reveals that he's been in love with her all along, And it's
Uh-huh.
like red flags like coming out your butt. Like why are you getting together with this guy that like oh my god. But anyway,
Huh.
you watch those old like sort of what are they called? Like something about manners,
Yeah,
manners?
novel of manners, something
A
like
novel of
that.
manners,
Yeah.
which I don't really know what
Mhm.
that means. I should Google that, but I don't know. I just it makes you glad that even though we're in still kind of in caveman times as far as how women are
Yeah.
treated in a lot of
Right.
places, like it's like
Right.
wow, at least we're not
Yeah.
that. You know
Right.
that so contorted the life you
Mhm.
had to have
Mhm.
as a
Yeah.
female,
Yeah.
and you'd have to marry some asshat that reminds you of Cody and be happy about it.
Yeah. And you had to let your older sister get married first, right? I mean, you weren't supposed to jump the line.
Right. Well, that part, I don't know if you know that story, but part of that storyline was the younger sister did jump the line and went
Yeah.
and slept with a soldier, and they had to make sure she married him, and blah, 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 blah,
Uh-huh.
blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah.
Almost
Uh-huh.
ruined the whole family.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
anyway, did you
Anyway.
read all that stuff? Were you like,
I
did you
I
read all
read
that?
some of those, yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. Back in that,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess I did find
Okay.
them a little troubling. Just I knew I couldn't imagine myself in those times. There was no way I would have like fit in or been able to,
Yeah. I'm
pull
reading
off any of that stuff.
a saucy novel right now that what I'm going to say to you is I hope you don't ever read it because I know if I tell you to read it that you won't read it.
Okay, okay.
Um, but it kind of reminds me. It's called Sad Janet, and
Huh. I've never
the
heard of that.
narr the narrator is so flippant and saucy that I can't help but
Okay.
think of you.
Ah, interesting, Gia.
And it's
Okay,
all
Saja.
about her trying to decide whether to take antidepressants or not.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, which
Hmm.
I don't know. I might take them. I don't know. Like
Yeah, I'm all for them if you can find one that works for you.
I've never tried them, but I do like the colonoscopy drug, and
I
so I'm
know you
thinking
do.
I
And I
might
think
like
you sort of
other stuff.
you
You know,
inadvertently last time we blogged whatever this is when we when you were
this
talking
dribble, yeah.
about your colonoscopy, I think you came up with a wonderful slogan for
What
getting a
was it?
colonoscopy. Take the nap. I thought that was
Take the
awesome.
nap. Oh
You know,
man,
that
I
was
didn't think
great.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I might contact Katie Couric, you
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
because she's big on the colonoscopy thing.
Oh yeah, sure. Sure.
Katie Couric and what's that other actor guy's name?
Oh, somebody
Eh.
else recently, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can't think of his name. Funny
Mhm.
guy.
Yeah, was it Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds, I wanna say, but
yeah,
I
I
don't know
think that
why.
might be it. Maybe
Does he
I'll
have something to
talk
do
to
with a
him.
colonoscopy? He's
Yeah,
everywhere, that guy.
I think he got dared to do one or something, and
Mm,
so now and of
uh-huh.
course they found shit in there because there's always like tennis balls and stuff in there. And
Yeah, sure.
anyway, so
Uh-huh.
he's grateful to have done it
Uh-huh.
also.
Uh-huh.
But anyway,
Yeah.
we're way off General Hospital again. I think
Yeah.
that's that's like possibly the strength and the Achilles heel of this particular broadcast.
I yeah, I strength seems like not the
There
word.
may not be a strength of this.
No, no, uh-uh.
Anyway, it's fun.
And
Uh,
I guess if you're a gastroenterologist, maybe you're respecting the work a little bit, right?
I drive by that office all the time, and I'm like, "Thank you guys, Jesus."
You blow them a kiss every time you
I
drive by.
love you. I love you, fellas.
Oh, that's sweet, Chia.
I love you, rich bastards. You. Thank you.
All
Well,
right.
anyway, did you have anything else to say about General Hospital?
I guess not. I think we should probably end on a high note like this.
I don't know what that high note is, but okay. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. I feel like they've stirred things up a little bit, so
Yeah,
I'm
I guess there's a lot that we'll have to wait and see what happens
yeah.
next,
So
right? So
they
that's
shook it
that.
up a little bit. They shook the
Yeah,
snow
that's
globe a little bit.
exactly
So
right. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so it's kind of cool. So
Okay.
it's happening. So we'll
It's
watch,
happening.
and yeah, so we'll talk again in a few days.
Yeah. All righty. Well, you have a good night, Gia.
Okay, you as well, and
Thank
thanks
you.
everybody who's still listening. There's probably
Yes.
like
Thank you.
one or two of you out there. We appreciate it.
They're probably in some sort of a coma and they can't reach the dial.
Yeah, that could be. Whatever, we'll take it.
Yeah, that's okay. All right,
All right.
Gia.
We'll see you later. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.